have talked about food, school safety, and our website. And today on Your Story, Our Purpose, One Heartbeat, we're going to talk about bus and bus safety. And I'm with the Director of Transportation, Larry Harmon, better known as Coach Harmon. And Coach, appreciate your time today. Buses is a big part of every school system throughout the world. How in the world do you get bus routes defined and down pat to where it's equal throughout the whole district?
Well, it takes a lot of hard work. We use a program called VersaTrans, and VersaTrans automatically does our routes for us. We have currently right now 74 routes running every day, and those routes are elementary routes, and middle school routes, and high school routes. Our drivers do a great job every day of getting our students to school and home safely every day. Currently, we're traveling over 400 or 500 miles a day, and we're carrying between 3,800 to 4,000 students every day that ride our buses. So it's a tremendous task, but we take pride in our drivers, transportation, our mechanics, everybody involved in the transportation department. We take pride in the job that we do because we know it's a very important job of getting our children to school and home safely every day.
So in the mornings, what time do your buses pull out to start their day?
Our earliest bus start out around about 5:45. We cannot pick up any children until 6 o'clock, but we have buses that leave here around 5:45. On average, our drivers get here around 6 o'clock, between 6 and 6:15, and they begin their routes accordingly. And it depends on which route. In the schools, the high school is our earliest drop-off. They can drop off at 7 o'clock. Our elementary school at 7:15, and then we have Milam and Tupelo Middle School at 7:30. So most of our routes average between 30 to 45 minutes long.
And then in the afternoon, what time usually does the last bus pull in and you get to relax a little bit?
On a good day, between 4:30 and 4:45. Some days, beginning of school year is always kind of a hectic time. Usually a little bit later, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. But the month of August has been good to us, and things are kind of settling down now. So usually between 4:30 and 4:45, all our buses are in, and we're able to go home. A little after 5 every day. So. But it takes a lot of work on behalf of our drivers and everyone involved in the transportation department.
Looking at this bus, I see the stop sign right here. Let's talk about bus safety and what do drivers need to be aware of when they see a bus?
Well, one of the main things they need to be aware of again is, we have a law that that anytime a bus is stopped, that all vehicles must stop. And when students are loading and unloading, we know that it's a time where most of the accidents occur, is doing loading and unloading. So we want our drivers to be extra careful anytime that they see the amber light start flashing, that they know that the bus driver is getting ready to pick up a student, and they need to slow down. And then when that bus comes to a stop, then they need to stop and make sure that they watch for children going across the street. Sometimes they may drop paper or ball or something, and they may run out in the street. So we just asking our drivers to be very, very careful. When they see those buses coming and those amber lights start flashing, that's the sign that they're fixing to pick up a student, and they need to be very cautious and stop. When that stop arm goes out, they need to stay stopped until those children are safely on the bus.
We talk about discipline and well-behaved classrooms. You want that on your buses as well. Are there certain rules and regulations that you want your students to follow? And also, we have cameras on the buses.
Yes, we do. We're very fortunate to have cameras on all of our buses. Our new buses have 2 cameras. Older buses have 1 camera, but we're able to see our students and our drivers on the bus. Again, the bus is an extension of the classroom, so we want to make sure that we have discipline on our buses. We're championing our buses this year, just like we're championing our playgrounds and a whole district wide. So it's just things that we want our students to be aware of when they're on the bus. Number one is making sure that they remain seated at all times while the bus is moving. And again, it's impossible for students to completely be quiet on the bus. We actually use the inside voice. They can talk quietly among themselves. And keep the hands and feet to themselves, keep the hands inside, the vehicles. Just basic bus safety for all of our students.
Every day, your goal is to get your students to school safe and to get them home safe.
Yes, sir.
And Coach, you and your staff do a phenomenal job. And I appreciate you taking some time today to kind of explain to us the process and how routes are done and how these buses are maintained. A lot of work behind the scenes goes into play.
Yes, sir, it really is. And again, it's a team effort from everyone, the secretary, our mechanics, the bus drivers, monitors, everyone that's involved with our transportation department. It takes a team effort, all of us working together to get it done. And like I said, we're coming to the end of August, and I thank God we've had a good start to the school year. We're getting our students to school safely. We're getting them home safely. And we hope and pray that continues throughout the rest of the year. But again, we just thank you all for coming out today and just being able to share to the viewers and share to the people, that how important transportation is to the overall scheme of the school system. Our job is to get them there. Once they get there, then they're able to be educated by great teachers and principals. And we just want to caution all drivers, just respect the school bus, because again, that we're carrying those children, those babies to school and home safely every day. So when you see those amber lights, just respect the school bus and follow the law, and hopefully that we'll have a great school year for everyone.
Can't stress that enough for all drivers
No.
to be cognizant of the buses that are on our streets. For Larry Harmon, I'm Greg Ellis. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.